Watching this video, perhaps like me, you see politicians on telly and think, why aren't they thinking about things that we are thinking about? The reason is that as people who think about our communities, we return to a set of principles called first principles. Maybe your concern is the road outside your house. Maybe it's the cost of living. Maybe it's the local high street that's slowly disappearing. Yet when you turn on Parliament or Congress, the conversation often feels like it's happening in another world. Why? I don't actually think it's because politicians don't care. I think it's because they're often starting from different first principles. Before we criticise politicians too quickly, I think we need to ask a deeper question. What is politics actually trying to achieve? If two politicians disagree completely, is it because one of them is irrational? Or is it because they're beginning from different assumptions about what a good society should look like? Philosophers sometimes use the phrase first principles. These are the basic assumptions from which everyone else follows. They're the questions beneath the policies that often get enacted. Because before you can decide how much tax to charge, you have to decide what the government is for. Before you can argue about immigration, you have to decide what a nation is. Before you can discuss welfare, you have to decide what responsibility means. These are first principles. I think many political arguments aren't really arguments about policy. They're arguments about different visions of what the common good for society can be. People build different hierarchies of values because they experience different worlds. Raising children, a business owner, a nurse, a civil servant, a farmer, they're all solving different problems every day. Naturally, they begin to value different things. And politics becomes difficult because we're asking one government to reconcile all of those competing visions. And this isn't a modern problem. Every civilization has had to answer the same question. How do we organise people who want different things? This is why I keep returning to history, because often in history, the answer it's trying to answer is, how do we build a society that allows people with different values to live together? Perhaps we've forgotten that politics isn't only about solving today's problems, it's about agreeing on the principles from which these solutions should emerge. Maybe that's why modern politics feels so frustrating. We spend endless hours arguing about policies without first agreeing on what a good society is supposed to come.